Good evening, everyone, and happy Friday. Let's all greet everyone in our chat box section. A happy Friday and happy weekend. All right. Thank you so much for those responses. And I appreciate you all, guys. I've been telling this like almost every webinar that we are really grateful that you are at least, spending at least a couple of your time every Friday to be with us and to learn more about the essence of being a virtual assistant. So I present to you, guys, our topic for tonight is master your workflow. And this is going to be a simple and just a very brief virtual assistant guide that would be very helpful, and you'll be needing all of these tips and guides before you apply as a virtual assistant. Are you guys excited? And are you interested to learn more about Virtudesk and also being a virtual assistant? Great, thank you so much. And now let us proceed first. And I will be discussing first the webinar agenda for tonight. So first we have time zone management, communication etiquette, which is normally things that we miss when it comes to communicating with clients or with our bosses. Next is remote work productivity tips, which is also very essential because, as we all know, working at home can be a little bit challenging when it comes to self control, discipline, and also sense of responsibility. Next is goal setting and planning. In goal setting and planning, we will be discussing on how you'll be able to distinguish the goal that you want to achieve, whether it's going to be a daily goal, a weekly goal, monthly, or yearly. And planning is something that we have to do in terms of looking forward to the things that we want to accomplish by the end of a specific time frame. Next is work and life balance. I think this is something that you are really excited for because we're not only working from home, but we also get to enjoy life as it is. We get to still be with our friends, family, loved ones, and it's just really comfortable that you get to work at home. Next is effective file organization. So when you say effective file organization, this is how we arrange our files in our computers. Especially that with our generation right now, everything is all in the internet. Everything is all through our phones, computers. But for me, something that's very effective is for me to still write it down instead of putting everything virtually. So we'll tackle more of that later on. Problem solving and critical thinking. This is a very important tip because you get to solve something without your boss, or not really without your boss, but it's something that you have an action plan for yourself. So you don't really rely everything to your boss, but there's also something that you can do, um, you know, for yourself. Next is a Virtudesk PH, the available positions that we have, interview tips for 2024, application process, and lastly, we'll be spending a couple of time by the end of this webinar to answer some of your questions. So let us proceed to our first topic, which is all about first, we will first discuss what is a virtual assistant. I think this has already been defined a couple of times already, but just a brief and just quick explanation that the virtual assistant is always someone who works remotely or virtually that provides administrative tasks to clients. So mostly administrative tasks include planning, entering data, organizing stuff and files, or etc. There's a lot of responsibilities that is attached to being a virtual assistant, but of course we still have a couple of specific tasks that you can apply and learn by the end of this webinar. So most of them is all about social media management. As we all know, it's handling a client's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or whatever social media platforms that they need you to attend to when it comes to their business. Next is graphic design. That is, like the photos, the placards, the symbols, the slogans that we see online. The graphic designers are responsible for that. So they do color palette or the color wheel. They choose specific fonts, font styles, elements to their product to attract, customers or viewers and to increase engagements. Next is customer service, basically a concierge. If there's something that you want to that you need to know in a specific sort of product, then customer service is someone that you need to call to. Appointment setting. So, for example, a client's business is a real estate. So they sell and they buy properties. So, an appointment setter's responsibility is for you to contact leads or to contact possible applicants that want to buy or to sell their houses. Next is email management. Basically, from the word itself, you manage emails from the least important to the most important, or somehow it's also your responsibility to delete spam messages and to delete unwanted messages. And lastly, calendar management. This is all about organizing, planning, and just basically setting some things in advance. All right. So, out of the three categories of virtual assistant tasks, which one of these is something that you think you can do, guys? Let me know in the comment section or in the chat box. Guys, if you have just quick house rules, this is something that I really do forget, but thank you so much for bearing with me. If you have specific questions, please do use our Q&A section. And if you want to, like interact with our fellow aspiring virtual assistants, then you can use our chat box. Angel, graphic design, Venus, customer service. So the customer service responsibility or the customer service role is perfect for those who has a lot of experience when it comes to call center industries or BPO. All are doable. That's good for you. Email management, appointment setting. Anyways, thank you so much, guys, for being so responsive. So I guess we're all good in defining what a virtual assistant is, and maybe you already have an idea on your mind on the specific skill or niche that you want to accomplish. So hopefully by the end of this webinar, guys, be sure to learn more about our or that specific niche that you choose. And also, before we proceed to our first topic, I would also like to greet and acknowledge all of those viewers who are watching live on Facebook. And just to let you know that we will be posting updates when it comes to our webinar redos or webinar relive soon on our Facebook page. So our first topic is all about time zone management. So when you hear time zone management, that means basically managing your time, managing not only your time but your client's time, and managing how quick or how fast you finish a specific task or project. Okay, so first is to identify time zones. So it's one of my advices to those who are not used to working graveyard to please practice and make sure that you can handle it, because it's not really easy. Especially that, we have um not really different time zone but opposite time zone. Basically, it's morning there in the US and it's evening here. So you your mind, your body is confused to your sleep pattern. So it's not really easy. So one thing to master, physically, is to always know the time zones of your client or the locations that you are working with, whether it's going to be in Australia, US, Canada, or whatever parts in America, because in America they also have different time zones. So some of the states are, you know 2 hours in advance, or 5 hours in advance, or 6 hours late. So you have to be very specific with their time zones for your body to to adjust, and also, just for you to be energized when you come to work. Always make sure that you get plenty of sleep, right after your shift. Next is use world world clock tools. So this has been very efficient for me, because before I tend to always search Google like US time 9 p.m. to Manila time. And that's always been my practice ever since. So it was a hassle for me, because you have to search for it. But yeah, my colleagues help me out in setting up world clocks, and it's very available on your computers. And right now, if I do need to check about a specific time in the US or in a specific time on the location that you're working with, you just only need to click your clock here on your computer, and it displays the location, the country, and the specific time. So it's very, very helpful. Next is consider daylight saving time changes. Like right now, I think we are still in daylight saving, and I think it's gonna be ending by March. I'm not really sure with that. But right now, because some daylight saving time changes would affect certain locations, certain regions, certain countries. So maybe for 1 year, it's gonna be less. It's gonna move backwards, move 1 hour backwards, or sometimes it goes 1 hour in advance. So you have to update everything accordingly when DST starts or ends. I think this is also, I think those people who work in the BPO industry is also familiar with this. So, it's still something good to be knowledgeable about. Next is stay flexible. So when you say that you are managing your time well, you have to be very flexible. So, managing different time zones can sometimes lead to scheduling conflicts or misunderstanding. So, I would like to ask the 44 viewers that we have and also those who are watching through live, have you ever experienced before that you have a certain schedule for an interview and then you sit down, you're well prepared, you open up your Zoom, your camera, everything is all ready and scheduled. And then no one is on the other line. And then you read the email once again, and then it mentioned PST or Central. Ending is that the schedule was still gonna be tomorrow, or maybe later in the morning, or maybe you were already late. I exp- I've experienced that multiple times. Like you attended an interview and then no one or there's no interviewer. It's because either you are late or you are very early. So I've experienced that. I think I experienced that twice. So it was really a lesson learned for me. And, it's very, very funny as well if you come to think about it. But at least, there's something that we need to learn from that. And that is by staying flexible. When you say flexible, that means that whatever time zone is being requested for you, then you have to be available. And again, guys, being a virtual assistant is not only when it's comfortable, but you have to be reliable when it comes to scheduling conflicts as well, and flexible schedule. So you have to be always available because it's a commitment and it's something that you need to really learn. Okay? So that's all for our time zone management. Have you learned anything from it? Do you have any questions? If you do, please use our Q&A section. Okay, let me know, guys, if I'm going too fast or if you want me to go slow. All right. So we will now proceed to communication etiquette. Very understandable. Thank you so much, Jenny. So communication etiquette is it's a very important as well because this is how you communicate with your clients, not only with your clients but with your coworkers. And it's for me, it's just a basic life skill because it involves respect, it involves good communication, and it involves professionalism. So first is respect. So always show respect for others regardless of their position, background, or perspective. Use polite language and tone, and listen attentively without interrupting. Respect is something that I don't know. I just don't understand those people who cannot give out respect because I think that's just really important because it shows your maturity or basically your attitude as a person. So you have to show respect because the person deserves it. And basically if you have a boss that is located on a different location, then respect means you respect their time, you respect their decisions, you respect their boundaries. So always show respect. And that means by communicating properly, use the right words, use polite words. There's no need to use aggressive words. Just be calm and just basically show respect. And also the tone of voice is really crucial as well, because some people might think that you're angry, or some people might think that you're shouting, but that's just really how your voice is. So, just set expectations to people that you work with, that this is how you really speak. And that's just an example of respect and communication etiquette. Next is clarity. So strive to communicate clearly and concisely. Use plain language and avoid jargon or overly complex terms that may confuse the listener. So this clarity is also useful for interviews. In interviews, you have to make sure that you speak words that is understandable. Your interviewer understands it. And also make sure that you're not using unfamiliar words. So communicate clearly. If there's something that you didn't understand, please communicate with your boss. Next is active listening. So this is very crucial, as we all know that our clients are based from different countries, different time zones, different cultures. So maybe sometimes they speak a lot too fast, they speak slowly, or they speak with a very thick accent, or sometimes they mumble or they eat their words. So you have to be very attentive when it comes to listening. If there's something that you didn't understand, you can always let them know. But active listening always happens in the first part of the conversation. So always make sure that you're attentive. If there's something that your client wants to tell you something, then just listen to them. Listen carefully and slowly so that you'll understand everything. And if they're still speaking, please do not interrupt, because that's just very disrespectful. Let them finish first, and then you can always say that, um, can I speak, or can I give out my suggestions, or you can always say excuse me. Okay, so those are just some of the things that contributes to active listening. Next is timeliness. This is a very bad habit, guys. For example, your client messaged you right now, but then you replied 2 to 3 hours later. That's just very disrespectful, especially if it's within your shift or within your working hours. So make sure that if you receive a certain email or a certain chat, a certain message, please do respond accordingly, respond immediately, and just acknowledge the receipt and indicate something if you want to follow up, or if there's something that you need to ask for an approval for. Next is professionalism. To achieve 100% communication etiquette, maintain a professional demeanor in all communication. So not only you show professionalism in chats, but also personal video calls, phone calls, or through digital platforms. If you have a certain GC or group chat, and then you have your boss there and you have your coworkers, make sure to speak with your boss professionally, because your coworkers can also see it. So be a role model, appropriate language, again, use the correct and uh, a polite tone of voice, and just basically adhering to company guidelines on how to treat your clients. And lastly, confidentiality. So when I say communication etiquette, you do not share unnecessary things or things that doesn't need to be shared. Be that someone, or be that a VA, guys, that is reliable, trustworthy. Be that VA that your coworkers would love to talk to and would love to be around with you. So confidentiality is also a form of responsibility and commitment, not only as a friend, as a VA, but also just a person. Protecting someone's dignity and protecting someone's personal information is such a rare attitude nowadays. So hopefully, guys, we get to learn something about confidentiality. Avoid spreading rumors about the company, your client, or whatever it is. Confidentiality is also protecting your client's information. And, it's just really work. It's just a business. So there's no need to interfere in other people's personal lives. So hopefully you learned a lot with that. Again, guys, if you think that I'm going too fast, please let me know. If you have certain thoughts, or if you have something that you would like to comment or suggestions about how I do my webinars, please. We have our TikTok page. So I recently posted what your thoughts are about our webinar. So please do leave your comments in the comment section. Okay, let's go to remote work productivity tips. establish a routine. So when you say establishing a routine, that means that doing a checklist, doing your calendar, and doing your daily schedule or task. This is very helpful because you get to have a specific time frame on that specific task or responsibility. It's good because you're able to manage your time. You're able to do those things that are difficult first, or you do those things that are most important first before the least ones. So it provides a creative structure of your whole schedule, not only daily, not only weekly, but also for the rest of your career. Next is to designate a workspace. I think this is the first and the most important qualifications or requirements that you need to have before applying for a virtual assistant position. That is making sure that you have your own space at home. You have a space where it's quiet, it's free from distractions, it's clutter free, and it's a location in your house that you get productive, and it's a very peaceful that you get a lot of focus to. This helps your brain to be more productive, be motivated, and it gives your brain energy for you to finish the tasks that you need to do. Minimizing distractions does not only mean social media, but of course, clutters. Make sure that your workstation is tidy, is always clean. I do understand that we are very tired sometimes. If we need some sleep and you go straight to bed directly after shift, that's completely fine, guys. That's all valid. That's understandable. But if you have that kind of energy and if you have a certain motivation, maybe one day, then try to clean up your workstation, wipe up your keyboards, wipe up your monitors, or do some rearrangements at your house or your bedroom because it helps to establish a positive and a very motivated mental and well-being. Take breaks. So by taking breaks, this is not only considered like the breaks specifically on your work schedule, but like weekends or maybe after your shift, you can speak with your spouse, you can talk to your kids, you can ask advice while taking breakfast with your family and friends. So those things are what we call take little breaks. And it's a very good because you get to rest at least a couple of time and you get to recharge your spiritual, your mental, and your well-being. Next is to celebrate achievements. So, for example, you learned how to edit a video, or you learned a specific song in a guitar. You were able to like clean the house. So, celebrate those kinds of achievements because that is very important because you get to appreciate life. You appreciate your efforts personally, and it's just a very heartwarming feeling. Always celebrate small achievements. You can do eat outs, you can buy coffee, and it's just basically on your style to whatever celebration you want. Next is continuous learning. Read lots of books. Stay updated with news and trends. Always make sure to use your social media platforms and to use your equipments correctly. So this will help you stay focused and engaged and adaptable in your remote work environment. And continuous learning, it's just something that would help you to be confident when it comes to your knowledge and wisdom of specific things. All right, so we'll proceed now to goal setting and planning. Guys, let me know, are you learning? Is there something that you want to point out? Or when it comes to remote productivity tips, what is it something that's challenging you? Let me know, guys. Minimizing distractions. I see. Well, thank you so much, guys, for your responses. We'll proceed now to goal setting and planning. So first is to define specific goals. By the end of this year, by the end of this week, by the end of this day, what is your goal? Is your goal is to finish making a research? Is your goal making sure that you finish this on a specific period of time? So define your goals because it would help you to do a checklist on what are the things that you need to do. Next is the deadlines and milestones. So assign deadlines because it will help you to do your tasks faster. And it's a milestone to keep yourself accountable and, to ensure progress, to make sure that you check progress and that you check your calendar. So always make sure to prioritize those tasks that are difficult and then proceed with the easier ones. All right, stay motivated. I think motivation for me is not only motivation that you get from friends and family, but sometimes the best motivation that you can get is from yourself. It doesn't matter how many people are motivating you, but if you are not motivating yourself, it's all useless. So sometimes motivation from ourselves is already enough. All right. Next is reflect on your values and priorities. So if there's sometimes that you feel like you're tired, if you're demotivated, so just reflect and just ask yourself, what is it that I really want to do in life? Or sometimes it would also help you to reflect on your values and priorities by just looking to the person, to the thing, or to whatever that push you to work. That's very helpful because you get to reflect on those basic values in life. Am I going too fast, guys? We have 48 viewers. Wow. Can I get a thumbs up, guys? Can I get a thumbs up? Show me your thumbs up. Great. Thank you so much. I'm seeing a lot of thumbs up. And can I get a heart, please? Just to set the mood for everyone. All right. Good. Thank you. We'll proceed to our work and life balance tips. First is to seek support. Please remove that pride in your heart. Because like I know a couple of people's like they don't ask help. They don't want to be advised. They don't want to be motivated. They don't want other people to give opinions or comments. It's also nice to just seek support, ask for a little bit of a lift up and a motivation from your friends. It won't hurt you to seek support because it would be very helpful and it's healthy for your mental health. Next is to unplug and disconnect. So when you say unplug, that means basically turning off your social media platforms and your communication tools after your shift. Why is that important? So by unplugging and disconnecting means that you are putting a certain barrier or a certain line between work and life. So that's a very good because we don't want to bring our personal problems in work, and at the same time we don't want to bring our work issues at home. So always make sure to unplug and disconnect every after shift. Next is to learn to say no. There are clients that are also taking advantage of their VAs. It's just generalized, it's happening everywhere. So usually this happens when the VA doesn't say no or always accepting tasks or responsibilities. So guys, calm down, make sure to reflect, make sure to ask yourself if this effort that you're doing is worth it. And if you're really tired or if you don't have the energy and if you're not happy with whatever you're doing, learn to say no, guys, because maybe there's other people that can actually do that for you. And lastly, communicate with your employer. If you're sometimes overwhelmed, if you're sad, or maybe the workload is too much, always communicate, guys, with your employer. Talk to them, ask them, speak with them, because they're not genies. They do not know how to read minds, so you have to basically literally communicate with them. And it's healthy because it builds rapport, and it strengthens your relationship as a client and as a VA. Okay, thank you so much, guys, for staying. We are almost on the effective file organization. Okay, can I get a heart? And for the rest, can I get a thumbs up? Okay, good, good, good. I just want to set the mood up. So thank you so much, guys, for bearing with me. All right, so establish a folder structure. So this was very helpful for me, guys, because before I was diagnosed with ADHD, so I tend to mix everything up. So if you're in my computer, everything is jumbled. So my computer before I was able to manage a folder structure is like a room with several cabinets, but all the clothes are cluttered around. So that's how my computer looks like before. But then I tried to challenge myself. I tried to learn. I tried to study on how to be, um, you know, organized. So right now, all the clothes are inside the cabinets. So that's just an idiomatic expression. So it's just up to you how to literally understand it. But establishing a folder structure means that you might want to create a literal folder on your desktop. Like this file is for my work, this file is for videos, this file is for photos, this folder is for emails, this folder is for graphic design. So establish a folder structure for you to arrange your stuff and your files effectively. Next is also descriptive file name. So who here has tried to change or to save a specific file 5 to 10 times? Let's try to use a thumbs up if you experience it. I think I think the last time that I experienced that was when I was editing a video. Yeah, it was just a personal video, guys. So I was editing a video, and then along the process of editing it, I was exporting it every end of edit. Like after editing it, I export it, of course, and then just change the, set up a file name, and then I watched it, and then I've seen that, oh, there's something wrong, and then I edit it again, export it, and then change it to, let's say, video last. Okay, video last. And then it's exported. And then I watched it again, and then I was not satisfied. So I edit it one more time, export it, and save it. And then I rename it video last na talaga. Okay. So that's in Tagalog, guys. And then it happened again for the fourth and fifth time. Last na talaga. Video last na talaga. Promise na, or okay, this will be the last file, or cross my heart, this will be the last file. So guys, use a descriptive file name or something that's very useful, something that you get to see immediately. Or also you can use file names that are alphabetical or in ordinal, first, second, third, or it just help yourself with whatever works for you. All right. Next is date or topic. You can also arrange your files to a specific month, a specific week, specific year. So you can arrange like folders. For example, this is for the month of January. And then inside that folder of January, then you create folder structures. And then also the same for the month of February. When you enter that specific folder, there's a lot of folders as well. So it helps you to be organized, and if there's something that you need to find, you get to see it easily. Next is color coding. This is also perfect if you remember, or if you want to organize visually. So color coding is perfect because it helps you to see them more faster compared to date or topic and descriptive file name. So you get to see them like red is for videos, yellow is for photos, blue is for logos, and then for greens that are emails. So it's just a very useful, guys. Next is to keep your desktop clean. There are some people, or there are some VAs that wants their files in the desktop, and there are also people who wants their files or their desktop to be clean. So whatever works for you, as long as that it's organized and it's all manageable for you, then you're all good with that. And next is backup and archive old files. This is very, 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 very important, guys, because you always need to back up your files, your Gmail, your G Drive, your phones, because we don't know what might happen in the future. Maybe your phone might get broken, or sometimes you get to spill water or coffee in your computer, and then it just shut down immediately, so you weren't able to save all of the things that you were working for or working on. So it's very important to back up so that you get to still receive those files through your emails, or through Dropbox, or through Gmail. So that's my 2 cents about it. Those are the tips on how to be more organized when it comes to our files. So can I get a thumbs up before we proceed to our last topic? And then heart if that means that you are enjoying it. Thank you so much, guys. Wow, I'm so super, super happy. It's melting my heart when I see those hearts and likes. Thank you. So lastly, we will be proceeding to problem solving and critical thinking. Who here is still afraid of failures? Or who here is afraid of mistakes? or you get easily scared when there's just like a slight incorrection or mistake. Okay, thank you so much for being honest, not only with our fellow viewers, but being honest with yourself as well. So I'm still like that. So there are, like, I always keep myself inside my comfort zone. So I'm still learning how to um manage myself and to be more motivated when it comes to problem. But m- as time goes by, I was able to be advised. I was given constructive criticisms that made me better. So problem solving and critical thinking is very crucial as well, especially that you are a VA, your client relies mostly on you. So first is to always identify the problem, what is the root cause, why it happened, what is the specific problem. That is where you need to gather the next information. So why did it happen? Or why was it broken? Why wasn't it submitted? Why wasn't it finished? Or why did we lack time? So that's number two, to gather information. Next is to analyze the information. So once you gather the information and there's also answers, then that is where you already come to connect the dots and to basically understand the answers that you gathered or the information that you gathered. So why did it happen? Why was it broken? Maybe it was broken because I used it incorrectly, something like that. So once you receive and gather the information, then that's the time that you analyze it, and that will then result to generating solutions. So by generating solutions, you will only not receive one solution, but you will get plenty of solutions that you have to choose from. But of course, you have to evaluate your options. It doesn't mean that you also that you already get the solution is that that is the only option that you will stick to. Always ask for second opinions, always ask for suggestions, and it won't really hurt you to ask help from the people around you. And the last is by making decisions. So if you already evaluate your options, then that's the time that you have to make decisions based on the best option. Okay. All right, guys, we're all good. Hopefully you learned a lot with tonight's webinar. Let's now proceed to the available positions here at the Virtudesk. Before we proceed, do you have any questions, guys? Let me know. Always remember that when we have our webinar, this is going to be your safe place and you're free to share everything. And, there's no embarrassment. We're here to help you out. Do you have any questions, guys? If there's no question, just let me know. If there is, please use our Q&A section. Okay? Nada. Okay, I think we're all good. Let's proceed now to the first position here at Virtudesk, which is our non-voice position. We have our GVA, which is General Virtual Assistant. So General Virtual Assistant is administrative work experience. This is mostly BPO experience or admin related task. No virtual assistant experience is required. So as for GVA, that's $3 per hour. Again, guys, all the three positions that we have is full-time, 8 hours per day, 40 hours a week. So the task is mostly social media management, blog writing, data entry, um, database management. Will we still use Canva as a VA? That depends, Stephen, on the specific position that you applied for. If you're related to social media management or graphic designing, then yes, you will be using Canva. So those are the tasks. And again, guys, this is non-voice. So this is perfect if you're not still confident for your English communication skills. You'll mostly rock this off. Next is ISA, which is our voice position. That's going to be $4 per hour. Inside sales associate consists of administrative work experience. This consists of mostly like customer service, outbound calling, appointment setting, lead generation and nurturing, and concierge and CRM management. All right. And lastly, EVA. So executive virtual assistant. That's our most high position, and that's $5 per hour. Again, it's still full time. And for EVA, that's very crucial because this is a blended position. So basically, you will be doing the tasks for non-voice and voice. So out of these three positions that you're seeing on your screen right now, guys, which one of these is the position that you think you can apply to? General, okay. General is also good. You're not going to be making phone calls. GVA, okay. There's a lot of GVA applicants. All right. Well, thank you so much, guys, for letting me know. Let us proceed to the perks of being a VA. Again, we get HMO and dental checkups, paid sick leaves, paid vacation leaves, performance-based bonus. But again, guys, these bonus and incentives are gonna be from your clients. All expenses paid company trip every year, which is the one that we just recently showed you, where we did in Palawan, training allowance, and it's going to be permanent work from home for the rest of your life, guys. And lastly, the application process here at Virtudesk. First is when you visit the portal. Second is you will be scheduled for your initial interview, your online assessment that consists of typing test, which is 40 words per minute, English proficiency exam, personality test, IQ, and cognitive exam. Next is a final interview. After your final interview, you will then be endorsed to your training and onboarding. And lastly, your client interview. So these are the frequently asked questions. We only hire Filipino guys currently residing in the Philippines. This is due to requirements that are being asked by Virtudesk itself and also by the client, like NBI IDs, barangay clearances, local banks that we can only get here in the Philippines. Again, the duration of when you'll get hired would always depend on your performance during client interviews. We only offer full-time positions. VAs can have multiple clients, but again, you will only have this privilege depending on your character, your performance, and basically your um, from your client. If they can see that you still have enough energy and time and motivation and you have the right skill to get a new client or get another client, then you can do so. Weekends off, that is fixed, Saturday and Sunday, so you get to still enjoy it. Working hours will be 8 hours per day, full time Monday to Friday, but we cannot guarantee the specific schedule. We can only guarantee that it's going to be in graveyard, but the specific schedule will be based from your client. 12 paid vacation leaves, 5 paid sick leaves. All incentives are client based, and HMO dental checkups are after 6 months with a client. And that's it, guys. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. I really, really do appreciate it. And, if you do have some questions, please let me know. You can always send us a personal message in a Facebook and TikTok, especially that right now, guys, I am handling TikTok. So I'm looking forward, meeting you guys in TikTok and just basically meeting you all. What else? I would also like to plug our social media platforms if that's okay with you. So guys, follow our social media platforms. Okay, can I get a thumbs up? So these are our social media platforms. We have that is the portal. So just enter myvirtudesk.ph and click apply now to submit your application. We also have our Instagram, which we always post, like contents and tips and videos and guides on how to be a virtual assistant. VA Jobs at PH, I'm currently handling that. So right now, guys, if you have some time, please right now visit our TikTok page and then give out surveys, guys. The survey is on the bio. Okay, so the link is on the bio. Let me know what your thoughts are about our webinar and also the most recent content or the most recent video that I posted. As a form of a thank you, guys, it would really mean a lot for me if you get to comment on that specific recent content that I posted in TikTok. Also, we have our YouTube channel, guys. If you want to check and to watch more of those VA testimonials, please do visit our YouTube channel and please do subscribe. And then also, We also have like videos of our team buildings and all our travels in Virtudesk YouTube channel. We also have tips and guides on how to speak more confidently when it comes to English. And then our Facebook page, which we announce links for webinars and TikTok lives, and also we post contents, video contents, funny contents, funny memes, guys. As a form of a thank you, it would really mean a lot, guys, for you to comment on our most recent TikTok video. All right. So guys, we have 41 viewers tonight. So hopefully I'm expecting 41. Thank you as well, and survey replies. So please do comment on that specific content. Thank you, Virtudesk, for the webinar. It's the perfect time, guys. If you want to ask some questions, let us know. Yes, thank you. Please do comment on the TikTok video. Here's the link, guys. I'll be posting on the chat box. So please click that link and then comment, thank you for the webinar. Or just in case you missed something, or maybe you were late when you entered here in our webinar, we are having our replay live on Friday after our TikTok live. Okay? We'll be sending out the details soon. So just always visit our social media platforms and stay tuned. Thank you so much, Angelique. All right. Thank you. Do you still have any questions? Do you have something that you want to ask for? Don, thank you so much, Odessa. Thank you so much, Rosalie. Oh, I'm seeing the comments. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much, Jenny. Please follow and subscribe to our YouTube channel before you leave our Zoom meeting. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Rosalie. Thank you, Odessa. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Thank you. Hello, Myra. What can we expect after this webinar? I'm sorry. Can you be more specific? But if you're asking like what to do next after this webinar, then embrace the knowledge that you learned, and also choose a specific niche or skill that you want to focus on. Search for it, watch videos for it about it, and just learn from that specific niche. And then after that, if you're all good, if you already if you already master all of the information about that niche, then it's time for you to create your resume and apply at Virtudesk. Thank you so much, Kennard. Thank you. I'm seeing June, Ken, and Rose. Thank you so much for the comment. We also have the survey link, guys, on our TikTok bio. So if you have any suggestions on a specific topic that you want us to discuss in the next webinar, please do so. Yes, our next schedule, Cherry, would be 2 weeks from now, which is going to be March 8th. All right, I'm receiving lots of comments, and I'm also receiving lots of subscribers. Thank you, guys. It really means a lot. If you need some tips, please don't hesitate to send me a DM on our TikTok page. Done. Subscribed already. Thank you so much, Rosalie. Hello, Geraldine. Hello. How can I apply as a VA? So as you can see on the screen, we have our first link, www.myvirtudesk.ph. Just please visit that website, click apply now, and then submit your resume. Okay, I guess we're all done, guys. Thank you so much for you all. I appreciate everyone. Thank you. And good night, guys. Hopefully, you get to spend the rest of your weekend enjoying doing movie marathons, and also, listen to music and just enjoying life. This is your weekend. Enjoy and embrace it. And hopefully, by Monday, you have that motivation to apply as a virtual assistant. Thank you so much, guys, and good night. Happy weekend.